Right. So how has the Monaco experience been going so far?
It's rough, but somebody's got to do it. It's a hard time being here.
Have you had a chance to run into other friends, maybe actors you hadn't seen in a while?
Or actors who I have always admired and hadn't had a chance to meet yet, like Jeffrey Tambor, who I just had this great conversation with, and we have lots of friends in common. And I've always been a big fan of his, so it's nice to meet them. It's a shame that we probably live much closer to each other than here from there to Monaco. But it was great, and it's nice to sort of see old friends as well.
Tell me about Criminal Minds now. You've done this show for so long. Is that sort of a goal for an actor to have that kind of a lasting role?
I don't know that.
How did it happen?
I think the goal for an actor is just to keep working, and so it's as long as it's interesting, and this show has continued to be interesting, then I'm good to go. You never know, and I think there were a couple of times early on that we all thought, oh well, we tried hard, but this show's not going to work. But it continued to work, and it's just those were little growing pains along the way. But our writers are great. They're still writing really interesting, compelling stuff. The characters are interesting. The actors are great. And we've managed to get new members of the team, as we will in a month when we go back for season 12. And continue to sort of stay true and to keep audiences interested.
And you've also had a chance to be able to direct quite a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
What's exciting about that for you?
Just the opportunity to tell everybody what to do finally. And we've got an extraordinary crew who are so talented, from production design to sound design to editing to all of our. Every single department is as good as it gets, and they're dedicated to the show, and they will make the show every bit as good as they can make it. And so the opportunity to work as a director in that environment is great. And I have, when I got when they asked me to direct, I was living out of town and commuting back and forth, so I didn't really want to do it at first. And then I thought, this is crazy not to take this opportunity. So I started directing a couple of years ago, and it's been really, really wonderful. And the stress factor at the beginning, because the thing that I don't want to do is make our crew roll their eyes and go, he's not really. He's just, I've just got my finger on the tiller of the ship and doing that, which the ship will sail itself. But if you actually have some interesting ideas, you can get everybody energized, And we had a couple of, I think I've really enjoyed all the ones that I directed, particularly the last one, which was it's one of Shamar's last, and we had Danny Glover playing his dad, and we had, I had lots of sort of flashbacks and dream sequences and things like that. So lots of interesting stuff, conceptually for a director. But I just didn't want I didn't want any of these guys, Timber. I didn't want anybody to feel like, they were waiting on me. So I wanted to be very efficient, and very inspired. So that's sort of the challenge, is to do it really creatively and do it on a schedule. So.